probably the first time in my life that I have agreed to do a film there and then on the spot. Right now I'm working with Mr. Karan Johar also. And I'm very proud to say that Rocky और Rani की प्रेम कहानी also, we've brought that in. The women in my life are the center of my universe. You know, they mean everything. They are my life, they are my world. So I'm very grateful to my wife who's helping me achieve that. She literally like sits down with me and goes through my calendar. When you don't know the first thing about being a public figure, it's like what do you say? What are you supposed to wear? What are you supposed to say? How are you supposed to be? Who are you supposed to be? A few years, you know, where there's Khilji and then Simba and then Gully Boy and then Kapil Dev and then Jayesh. It's all starkly different from each other. Ranveer Singh x Jayesh Bhai Jordar x Pinkvilla. Action!
Hello everyone, this is Aina and today I'm with the most Jordar person I've ever met in my life, and that is Mr. Ranveer Singh.
That's a very big compliment. Thank you, Aina. I must also hit you back with a compliment. Aina, what a name. Reflection.
Yeah, of the truth.
Oh, reflection of the truth.
Deeper.
Heavy.
So, you know, I have to start off by asking that you're one of the most influential actors the country has today, and you have had some massive collaborations with the biggest filmmakers in the past. How do you get yourself to trust a new director's vision?
That's a really, really lovely question to start with, because it starts at the start. Why did I even make this choice? So Adi sir called me and he was like, bro, I've come across some really unprecedented material and you should really come check it out. I went for the narration and this kid, Divyang Thakkar, new sensation, new directorial talent, he gave me a narration that was ever so memorable. I probably never felt like that in a narration where I'm laughing, I'm crying, I'm laughing through my tears, I'm laughing but emotional at the same time. I'm emotional, I'm tears streaming down my cheek, but I'm laughing, and like the tissue box got over, you know. It was just, I was like, okay, you really have something to say and you're so invested and so passionate, and that's so infectious. This has to be done, this story has to be told. I must empower this new talent, I must empower this extraordinary material, and the film has something to say, and it's so entertaining and so emotional. It just, it was too powerful for me to not dive in right away. It is probably the first time in my life that I have agreed to do a film there and then on the spot. You know, I took no time to think or anything. As soon as the narration got over, I told Manish and Adi sir and Divyang, I'm on for this.
And you know, it's a film with a social message. So it comes with a huge responsibility, risk. So does that worry you somewhere, or are you like excited to spread the intent of the film?
No, I'm really excited because I'm a huge fan of Rajkumar Hirani films. You know, they're so colorful, vibrant, clean, family entertainers with something to say, yet entertaining through and through. So I came across an opportunity where I could be a part of such a film, and I took it with both hands.
Tell me something. You've done a Gujarati character before as well.
Yeah.
But you've done your homework for this film too. Is there a boundary to which you explore your character? Do you keep digging deeper day by day and you find new things to Jayesh Bhai?
That's another wonderful question actually, because Jayesh, the character, gave me an opportunity to open up another dimension of my repertoire, to showcase another facet.
Right.
And even when I saw the film, I was like, this is so fresh. Even for me, if I try and be objective about my own filmography, I've not played a character like this before. These are new expressions, a new body language, a new voice, a new being. You know, so, and that's something I'm always hungry for. First of all, I was in love with Jayesh. He's just the most endearing, most lovable character, and a huge opportunity for me to showcase something new.
Is there something about the Gujarati culture that was a revelation to you and you absolutely fell in love with?
I mean, being born and raised in Mumbai, you're always surrounded by, friends, Gujarati friends. And Divyang is a hardcore Gujarati. He's a Gujarati writer, director, actor. So he's a proper Guju bhai. So he was my reference for Jayesh and all the characteristics of Jayesh, as well as the cultural essence of Gujarat, which is of course it's based in Praveengarh, which is fictional, but I really love, appreciate and enjoy those films which have very authentic texture and flavoring. That I find very, very attractive. Right now I'm working with Mr. Karan Johar also. And I'm very proud to say that Rocky Aur Rani Ki Prem Kahaani also, we brought that in, and it's new for Karan sir also, where there's very distinctive characterization and distinctive flavor and texture to the world of the film. I find that to be a very exciting aspect.
I can't wait for that film too.
It's really amazing, so entertaining, and we've had a blast making it, and I'm quite certain, and I hope that translates into the film. It's colorful, it's glamorous, it's family drama, entertainment, humor, songs. It's vintage Karan Johar. Everything you love about him and his cinema and his brand of cinema. Yet everything is so new because he's working with new energies, so that's shaping up really well, and I'm very, very excited by it.
What I really liked about this trailer is that Jayesh Bhai is standing up for his women, and he doesn't shy away from it. He's standing up against the majority, and he's very proud of it. What gesture as Ranveer Singh are you very proud of in your personal life when you stand up for, the closest ladies in your life?
I've been very fortunate to have been surrounded by feminine energy, to have been raised by very strong feminine forces. My mother, my sister, my Rani, now Deepika. The women in my life are the center of my universe. They mean everything to me. They are my life. They are my world. I'm a mama's boy. So when you have that growing up, when that makes you as a man, it makes you, I feel, it allows you to be more sensitive, more compassionate. So I've been very lucky to have strong feminine forces in my life.
And during the trailer launch, you said that now you're sort of striking a work-life balance.
Yeah.
But you're so passionate as an actor, and you're an artist. There isn't a time where you switch off. There's always something going on in the head. So how exactly are you striking this work-life balance?
Well, it's really a function of how you spend your time. Yes, I will submit that, as time passes, I'm becoming even more obsessed with my craft. I over a period of time, doing different films and characters, I've realized that this craft of acting is actually limitless. It's like a universe that you can just keep exploring. There are no boundaries, there are no limitations. The possibilities are endless. And you just want to keep exploring because there's no end to it. And whilst that is happening, life, I understand, is about balance. So the amount of time I spend at work, you have to balance it out with some downtime, time for yourself, with your quality time with your loved ones. Over a period of time, I've become very family oriented, and I've realized that really life is about, the people you share it with, the relationships, and those relationships, if they mean that much to you, you have to take the time out to nurture them and to cultivate them into being something substantial. So I'm very grateful to my wife who's helping me achieve that. She literally sits down with me and goes through my calendar and makes adjustments where I'm able to get downtime and time with friends and family in spite of a very crazy and demanding work schedule.
Wow.
That said, I'm happy doing both things.
Yeah.
I'm happy when I'm in front of the camera, in character acting, between action and cut. I'm happy to be doing this. I love my work. I enjoy my work. At the same time, I also love and enjoy my downtime and my personal time. So yeah, trying to consciously grow up and achieve a balance in life.
And you worked with Shalini so close in this film. She's starting out with Yashraj. You had the same thing. How do you think you've evolved, and do you see yourself in her in some way?
Yeah, I actually see a little bit of me in every hungry newcomer. There are aspiring actors who are assistants on Rocky or Rani ki Prem Kahaani, which is the film that I'm shooting right now. And I really, really enjoy those conversations, and I find that so endearing, because it's all it can all be very intimidating and daunting. You're so passionate, at the same time you have like a tendency to overthink things, and there are so many questions and there's so many anxieties, and I'm always only too happy to impart whatever little I've learned over the past 10 years. I didn't have anybody like that, honestly. I wish I did. But I had to kind of hit the ground running and learn as I go and learn from my mistakes and stuff like that. Especially somebody like Shalini, who has no background in film, no connections, sort of like me in the sense that doesn't know how to be a public figure. Which is something I struggled with, admittedly, in my initial years. It can be very daunting when you don't know the first thing about being a public figure. It's like what do you say? What are you supposed to wear? What are you supposed to say? How are you supposed to be? Who are you supposed to be? So there's so much to process. It can be overwhelming. And admittedly, I was overwhelmed at times, and I look back and see that as a time to kind of learn and find your authentic self, because ultimately that's what you want to be in the public sphere. I have to also admit, it comes a lot from self-confidence that you gain from validation for your work. It's when that happens that you find the confidence to be yourself, whatever that means. And I kind of love that, because it's so cute when they ask all these questions. I'm like, man. I see a lot of myself in them, especially in Shalini, because she's not from the film industry. And a few steps further with Shalini also, because she's not from this city. She's not from Bombay city. I at least am born and raised in Mumbai. So yeah, that put me at some sort of advantage when you come to the big bad city, to tinsel town from out of town. It's a whole different ball game. I really find the energy of new actors very, very endearing, and I love engaging with them.
And lastly, what I want to know is, so I interviewed Deepika for Kahaani Promotions, and I asked her what was Ranveer's reaction after seeing the trailer, and she's like, he's really excited and he's sending me who's saying what on social media. So I want to ask you the same thing. What was her reaction after she saw the trailer?
Deepika is somebody who can be very, very brutally honest about. She never lies to me. She's never. She always tells me like it is. I think because it comes from her, somebody who I'm probably closest to in my life. Therefore, when she gives me a compliment, it hits different. She said something that really, really went straight to my heart. After 83 and after the trailer of Jayesh Bhai. She was like, man, I don't know if I've seen this in and this has been echoed by a few other people who are connected creatively to the movie business, to the film industry, to cinema, that what you're doing is quite, and this is from her, and she's like, what you're doing is quite unprecedented, because you are bona fide mainstream, yet you're able to time after time create distinctive characters. You know, I don't know of any other reference point of a mainstream actor who goes so deep and distinctive into characterization, yet fully in the mainstream. You know, it's like when one sees you, one sees no trace of you. You know, and that you've taken it to a degree that is unprecedented. So that was something she told me after Couple, and she kind of repeated it after she saw my avatar as Jayesh, that was a point, an insight coming from her. It really hit different.
But it's true. You mold yourself in such a way you can't recognize.
But yeah, I mean, like I always say, I'm an actor first, artist first. You know, being a star or public figure comes along with it. I'm very, very pleased with the filmography, the way it's shaped up so far. You know, especially the past few years, you know, where there's Khilji, and then Simba, and then Gully Boy, and then Kapil Dev, and then Jayesh. It's all starkly different from each other, because those are the kind of cinema artists who inspire me, who I admire. You know, like Daniel Day-Lewis, Christian Bale. You know, you watch Christian Bale and you see one movie of his, man, you can't believe it's the same guy. It's like that. Also Christian Bale, but he's Batman also, but he's the machinist also, but he's this also. He's looking like the way he's looking, and he's become this other person for American Hustle. And I find that tremendously exciting. And that's what attracts me. And that's the kind of artist that I, you know, want to mold myself into. And so far, so good. I've managed it, and I hope I keep getting opportunities which allow me to grow and develop that and further that.
Awesome. When was the last time you cried?
I've cried nowadays very, very easily. I don't know what happened to me and my emotions and my soul over the past few years. Seeing everything that happened during the pandemic, being generally empathetic and compassionate, it really had an effect on me. तो मेरे emotions का जो गढ़ा है वो full brim तक भरा हुआ है, और it has to do with everything that I've seen happen around me in the recent past, you know. So nowadays I cry very, very easily. It's like the triggers are completely unexpected also. It's just something you see on maybe Instagram or something that happens with you. You know, somebody sees you or engages with you a certain way, says something to you. Or most times in the recent past, it's come from a sense of overwhelming gratitude. You know, where I see the kind of suffering that happened to us during the pandemic as the human race, and then you count your own blessings and you feel grateful for those blessings, and that feeling of gratitude is oftentimes overwhelming and ever so often moves me to tears.
And if you had a daughter, what would you name her? Have you thought of a name?
Yeah, I think about names all the time. I don't know what it is. I guess it's because I have a copywriter in me still somewhere lurking. I have an obsession for names. Like when we started this interview, I was so fascinated by your name. I'm fascinated by unique names. You know, every name phonetically has a different quality. It has some are very powerful names, some are cute names, some are short names, some are, you know, I'm fascinated with people. I have a whole list of boy names and girl names, and
anyone?
I know I'm very secretive about it because I don't want people to steal them. So I yes, I do have a list, but I'm playing that card very close to me. I'm not telling anybody. I don't want them to get to get common, you know, because like every you know, every phase has a different name of the season. You know, Aryan became a
Aryan was,
it was Aryan season. Everybody suddenly there's so many Aryans. Then now फिर trend चल रहा था कि ये Ahan, Kian, ये जो monosyllabic, right?
Yeah.
So उसका season चल रहा था, but so yeah, I have a whole list of boy names and girl names and multiple options. But keeping them close and to myself.
Okay, last question.
But I am discussing with Deepika constantly.
If you were an ice cream flavor, which one would you be?
If I was an ice cream flavor,
yeah,
I would be Tutti Frutti.
Yeah, that's
it. I'd probably be a cassata or something. I don't know. But yeah, love ice cream. One thing I can never say no to. Love ice cream. You also?
Yeah, I love ice cream.
Me also.
Yeah.
If you were a flavor, what would you be?
Strawberry. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I just like come across.
Sometimes you choose things you don't even know why you chose them. It's just a feeling.
Yeah, it's just a feeling you relate to. So it was so awesome talking to you.
Awesome
Thank you
speaking
so much.
with you, ma'am. Thank you for a fun interview. Thank you so much.
And I hope I can talk to you super soon. And all the very best. And thank you for doing this film.
Thank you, ma'am. I hope you enjoy
spread.
it. It's a wonderful story. It's full of humor and emotion. And I hope you'll watch and I hope you like it.
Can't wait for 13 of May.
And you can watch it with anyone.
Yeah.
Your little cousins, old people in your family. It's a film for everyone. So, अगर आप theatre जाने का plan बनाओगे तो सबको लेके जाना.
Awesome. Definitely. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
It's a pleasure to meet you.